In this session, we're going to take a look at the materials quantity variance and the materials price variance. So let's start out with the general formula for any quantity variance. Is we're going to take actual quantity times the standard price, and then subtract from that standard quantity times the standard price. And we can also, if you wanted to, you can certainly factor this, and you could say standard price times actual quantity minus standard quantity. Those are really two different ways of doing the same calculations. I'm going to focus on doing it with this first formula, just because I think that is the most comprehensive. So let's start out with actual quantity. Remember, for materials quantity variance, we're going to pick out the number or the quantity that was used in production, not what was used for purchases. Because what we're really trying to do is we're trying to evaluate how well the people in production have controlled the process. So we're going to bring this on down here. The actual quantity was 30,230 ounces. And the standard price is up here, $3 per ounce. From that, we're going to subtract the standard quantity. Now, the standard quantity is not given to us. We've got to figure it out. We can certainly fill in the standard price, which is $3 per ounce. But the question is, how many ounces of stuff should we have used? Well, ignore this budgeted output and let's focus on actual output. So we made 4,900 things, and each thing is supposed to use 6.4 ounces, or require 6.4 ounces. So 6.4 ounces per unit. And we can see that we really need 31,360 ounces. That is, this number right here that we're putting in the formula, that's how many ounces we were supposed to use. Because let's take a step back. The standard is 6.4 ounces per unit of finished good. We made 4,900 things, units of finished good, so we should have used 31,360 ounces. We actually used 30,230 ounces. So we know this is going to be a favorable variance because we used less stuff. At least in the short run, it looks like this would be helpful for us. So let's continue with the math. This is 90,960. This is 94,080. And the final step is going to be to do a little bit of subtraction. This comes out to $3,390, which we can see, I mean, it is a multiple choice question. We've figured out the numbers, but is it favorable or unfavorable? And the answer is going to be favorable, because our quantity actually used was lower than what we were supposed to use. So we saved on material, which would certainly help increase our gross profit. Now let's flip the page. Same fact pattern, but now what we're doing is we're going to take a look at a materials price variance. So with any of the price variances or the rate variances, what we want to do is take the actual quantity times the actual price. And from that, let's subtract the actual quantity times the standard price. Now here's the deal. When it's a price variance, we need to look at how many ounces were purchased. Because think about what we're doing with this variance. We're evaluating the people who make the purchasing decisions. So the actual quantity purchased was 32,600 ounces, and the actual price per ounce is actually given to us here. Now, let me just highlight something. That will not always be the case. You easily could have a situation where you need to figure out what the price per ounce was. Okay? And more on that in a few minutes. Actual quantity purchased, again, is 36,600 ounces. And the standard price up here is $3 per ounce. So just even visually, I can tell you that we have a 10% per or 10 cent per ounce difference, and the actual price is lower than the standard price. So we're going to have a favorable variance, and at a difference of 10 cents per ounce, it's going to be, it's going to be probably this 32,600. Which actually I see that I have a little mistake here. I don't know why I was writing 36,600. It's 32,600. So 32,600 times 0.1. I can already tell you the answer is going to be B, 3,260 favorable, just doing the math in my head. But let's just finish the problem so that we're all on the same page. So we'll bring this up. This is our total. This is what we actually spent. Actual quantity times actual price. It's completely possible that on an exam question or in another scenario, the question could simply give you this 94,540, in other words, the total purchases, and you could either plug that number in for this component of the formula, or you might need that to figure out your price per ounce. So you should be ready to address these types of questions either way. Let's finish up our variance over here. And then finally, once we get the math completed, as I promised, the difference is $3,260. And that will be favorable because the price per ounce was lower, actually lower than our standard. And that's a quick double check way as well. You can take a look at this 10 cents per ounce times the number of ounces we purchased. Mental math would tell you that's 3,260, and you know that it's favorable.